I see you. You've tried to clean up your diet. You're moving your body more. And much to your dismay, you've even cut back on sugar and alcohol. But no matter what you do, your belly fat won't budge. You're bloated most of the time. Your periods feel heavier than ever. Your mood's all over the place. And you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Here's the truth that most doctors aren't talking about. It could be estrogen overload. And I'm not talking about high estrogen levels. This could be happening even if your labs look normal. Stick around because we're going to get into the real reasons why your hormones might be sabotaging your fat loss and exactly what to do about it. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of my hormone videos, because you know I'm talking about things that other docs aren't talking about. So here's the thing. Estrogen dominance isn't always about too much estrogen. It's about too much estrogen relative to progesterone. So even if you tell your doctor that your estrogen levels are completely normal, if your progesterone is low, which is super common after the age of 35, you can still have all of the symptoms of estrogen dominance. Now, I just did an entire video diving into low progesterone. So if you haven't watched it yet, check it out next. But here's the key. When progesterone drops due to things like stress, inconsistent ovulation, or aging, estrogen takes over. And that's when all the chaos starts. You start getting bloated, moody, have breast tenderness, heavy periods, and yes, that stubborn fat, especially around your belly. So where does this estrogen overload even come from? Well, there are three main places where estrogen overload can stem from. Number one, environmental toxins. These are often called endocrine disrupting chemicals, or EDCs, and they're found in things that you're exposed to every single day, like plastics, scented candles, skincare, makeup, cleaning products, and even pesticides. They mimic estrogen and throw your hormone balance way off. And then we have your gut. Yes, your gut can actually play a huge role in hormone balance. There's an enzyme called beta-glucuronidase that can cause estrogen to be reabsorbed back into your body instead of being eliminated like it should be. When I work with clients, I actually test for this enzyme activity to see how well your body is detoxing estrogen. And here's the good news. If we know it's high, we can do something about it. There are foods, lifestyle changes, and specific supplements that can help lower this enzyme and support proper estrogen elimination. Because the goal here isn't just to make less estrogen, it's to make sure your body knows what to do with it. And next, we have your liver. If your liver's overloaded, sluggish, or not well supported, estrogen doesn't get processed and excreted properly. Instead of moving out of your body, it stays stuck in circulation, adding to the overload and making your symptoms worse. So what makes your liver sluggish in the first place? Again, toxins, too many of them, from alcohol to medications, processed foods, and environmental exposures like pesticides or synthetic fragrances. If you have a poor diet, especially those diets that are low in nutrients that support phase 1 or phase 2 detox, like the B vitamins, sulfur-rich foods, and antioxidants. And then we have chronic stress. This is not only going to increase your toxic load, but it's also going to deplete nutrients that your liver needs to do its job well. Then we have constipation. If you're not pooping regularly, even a well-functioning liver can get backed up. So what does having too much estrogen on board actually look like? Well, here's what I see all the time with my clients. Number one, belly fat that won't budge, bloating and water retention, breast tenderness, PMS from hell, mood swings or anxiety that seem to come out of nowhere, heavy, painful periods, worsening sleep, and low energy. Now, you might actually feel like your body is just inflamed and like nothing is working. So if any of these symptoms sound remotely familiar, it might be time to dig deeper. This is where I'm going to advise you to take my free hormone imbalance quiz. It's helped hundreds of women figure out which hormone is actually behind their symptoms. You'll find a link down below in the description. So estrogen isn't just a female hormone. It affects your metabolism, your fat storage, and your insulin sensitivity. So if you have too much estrogen, you're going to store more fat around your hips and in your belly. It also messes with how your body handles carbohydrates and insulin, which in turn can lead to huge blood sugar swings and more fat storage. And let's not forget about water retention. If you're constantly feeling puffy or inflamed, that is often hormonal. Okay, enough doom and gloom. What can you do about estrogen overload? Number one, you can support your gut and your liver by eating cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, and arugula. They actually help detox estrogen. You can consider adding magnesium, broccoli seed extract, or if you've tested high for that enzyme beta-glucuronidase, calcium d-glucarate is super helpful. Make sure you poop at least once a day. That is a non-negotiable. Stay hydrated and consider extra support like consuming bitters, milk thistle, or using castor oil packs to boost liver detox. Of course, it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't talk about stress. You're going to want to actively manage your stress level because high stress is going to lower your progesterone and cause more estrogen dominance. Aside from the usual stress management techniques that I often talk about, like deep breathing and walks in nature, you can actually try some supplements to help take the edge off. You can get support from adaptogens like ashwagandha, holy basil, and rhodiola. And then we have one of my personal favorites, L-theanine, which is a great option for helping you feel relaxed without feeling drugged or sedated. I often call it nature's Xanax. And then, of course, you're going to want to try to actively eliminate as many endocrine disruptors as you can. Some of the biggest culprits I see with my clients are plastic water bottles and plastic storage containers. Get rid of them. Try to switch to cleaner skincare and makeup because when you slather your body with 300 ingredients daily, many of which are harming your hormones, it will add up. And the Environmental Working Group is a great resource to find cleaner personal care products. And try to avoid synthetic fragrances like those found in your candles, your air fresheners, and perfumes. Before we get into the supplements, if you're ready for a deeper reset, my Hormone Balancing Starter Kit is a great next step. It walks you through the exact nutrition, hydration, and supplement strategies that I recommend for women over 40 to naturally support their hormones. The starter kit has short videos, a printable guide, which is super easy to follow. And I'm going to link it below in the description. All right, let's talk about the supplements. Once you've worked on your foundations, like your food, your stress, and toxin exposure, certain supplements can give your body that extra support it needs to balance estrogen. So here are some of my go-tos for my clients based on their symptoms and sometimes testing. Number one, calcium d-glucarate. This is going to help support phase 2 liver detox, where estrogen is packaged up for safe elimination. It also lowers beta-glucuronidase, which is that gut enzyme I mentioned earlier that causes estrogen recirculation. And this is especially helpful if you've been constipated, bloated, or we know that your gut liver detox isn't clearing estrogen efficiently. Next, we have DIM, also known as diindolylmethane. Now, this is found naturally in cruciferous veggies. DIM supports phase 1 liver detox, which helps your body break down estrogen into healthier metabolites. Now, it's great if you're estrogen dominant, but it's not a fit for everyone. Some women may actually feel worse on DIM if they don't clear the estrogen metabolites well downstream. So I only recommend this if I know that my client's liver and gut pathways are open and functioning well. Next, we have Vitex, also known as chasteberry. Now, this herb works by gently stimulating your body's natural progesterone production, which can help correct the estrogen-progesterone imbalance. So this is best for women with short cycles, PMS, those that have spotting before their period, or signs of low progesterone. And then we have one of my favorites, which you hear me talk about all the time, magnesium. Now, my favorite is glycinate for most women, or citrate. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzyme reactions, including detox and hormone metabolism. It helps you regulate your blood sugar, your cortisol, and can even help ease things like PMS, anxiety, and sleep issues. Now, again, I always talk about magnesium glycinate. This is my favorite form. It's great for calming you and helping support your hormones. But magnesium citrate might be helpful if you need help with having regular bowel movements. Now, remember, these aren't magic pills, but when they're combined with nutrition and lifestyle changes, they can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. And listen, estrogen isn't the enemy. In fact, we need it. But too much, especially when it's not getting cleared properly, can wreak havoc on your metabolism, your mood, and your belly fat. So if you feel like your body has been working against you lately, take a closer look at your hormones. Start with your gut, liver, and stress, because that's where hormone balance actually begins. And tell me in the comments, what symptoms are you most tired of dealing with? I read everyone and would love to hear your story. And with that, we'll see you right back here next week. Ciao.